Hello everybody, and welcome to Ryne's Reviews. It's me. Today, on the first episode, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite villains of all time, Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series. Now, many of you may not know the Friday the 13th film series, but I guarantee you recognize this guy. A lot of people recognize his signature hockey mask. However, it does change throughout the films. Everybody recognizes that mask, and he usually has his machete with him. Granted, anything pokey he will kill you with, but his machete is his go-to. Contrary to popular belief, Jason Voorhees was not the killer in the first Friday the 13th movie. It was actually his mother, Pamela. Got it! In the film, she was working at the camp at Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason was her son. He had some problems, got bullied by the kids a lot, and eventually he ended up drowning. They pushed him into the water. He couldn't swim. He drowned. They closed the camp. Like a year or two later, they opened it back up. Pamela did not want the camp back open. She opposed it all the way. So instead of going to city council or the local community leaders to try and get the camp shut down, no. Pam loses her marbles. She goes crazy and is stalking and killing the camp counselors that are trying to open up this camp again. And it's actually quite good. It's quite fun to watch. You don't know that it's her until towards the end. However, Jason wasn't even supposed to be in this film at all. They thought, what if Jason didn't drown and he's just been staying at the bottom of the lake or living anywhere around the lake? How awesome would that be? And just like that, history was made. One of the horror genre's most infamous scenes is that famous calm water, serenity. I'm sitting in my boat, I've made it out alive, and Jason rips over and grabs her in the water. Beautiful scene. Absolutely loved it. And if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. However, they decided to do that at the very end of filming, which was a huge success, which really furthered them into the franchise to get it going. Because now it wasn't Pamela killing, it became about Jason and Jason killing. Friday the 13th Part 2, we see something interesting. This is the first time Jason is an adult, a full-grown man. At the end of Part 1, we saw him more as a boy. Now this is where we see Jason as the adult. He still doesn't have his iconic hockey mask and machete. Right now, he's just wearing a burlap sack or a pillowcase, kind of depending on what you would call that fabric. And it does only have one eye, which was kind of unique at the time. They wanted a bigger, scarier monster, which was awesome, and they accomplished that, but they were also able to hide his face super well. However, they didn't like the mask. The director for Friday the 13th Part 3 didn't really like that burlap sack, and it also caused some irritation around the guy's eye that was actually playing Jason, because a lot of it was just taped so that it wouldn't go in his eye. So it wasn't until Friday the 13th Part 3 where we see Jason finally donning his hockey mask. And it was actually kind of a funny way he got it. One of the camp counselors this year was a diehard Red Wings fan. He had a Red Wings jersey and a hockey mask. And he liked to play pranks on the campers, or excuse me, the counselors. And he ends up getting killed, and Jason takes his mask, puts it on, and there we have it. The dawning of Jason Voorhees as we know him today. Now, following up this movie, there's actually, believe it or not, there's 12 films in the Friday the 13th franchise. And yes, that includes Freddy vs. Jason. That is, and the reboot that they did in 2018, I want to say, is also the 12th film in that franchise. So whoever gets to make the next Friday the 13th film, it's going to be special because it'll be the 13th film in the Friday the 13th series. Now, we've seen Jason take Manhattan, which is super kind of weird. Jason Voorhees in the big city in Manhattan. We've also seen Jason go to space. Don't know how that worked out. Well, I do know how it worked out. He still didn't die because obviously you can't kill him. And we also got to see him cross over with Freddy Krueger. Now, there was supposed to be another Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. However, that one's been stuck and rumored and attached people and dropped people. And if it ever comes out, I'd be surprised, but we can always hope for it. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Ryne's Reviews. Hope you learned something about Friday the 13th, maybe something about Jason Voorhees. And if you didn't like it, that's all right. Make sure to come back later this month. We got all kinds of scary content coming out because after all, it is October, the scary month. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want me to watch something or anything, put it down in the comments or text me because you probably know who I am. And if you suggest something, I'm going to watch it. So with that, see you later. I'm going to start at the very beginning again. Oh! No, I just sat weird and my butt hurt. Franchise. Friday the 13th Part 1 came out in 1980. Mother trucker. Perfect. Nope. Terrible. Try that again.